I found the unsigned power of attorney papers in the trash at 11:23 p.m. on a Tuesday. My wife Cassandra thought I was asleep from the pain medication. I wasn't. I was standing in our kitchen in Portland, Oregon, holding documents that would have given her complete control of everything I owned. The signature line was blank because I'd refused to sign them that morning. She told me they were just precautionary paperwork for my cancer treatment. My name is Brian Foster, and 3 weeks earlier, I'd been diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. I was 39 years old, owned a small but profitable auto repair shop called Foster's Automotive that I'd built over 14 years, and lived in a house I'd purchased in 2015 for $385,000. Cassandra and I had been married for 9 years. No kids, just us and what I thought was a solid marriage. The cancer diagnosis came on February 8, 2024. Dr. Hammond at Oregon Health and Science University said I'd need surgery, followed by 6 months of chemotherapy. Survival rate was 71% if we acted fast. The surgery was scheduled for February 29th. If you enjoy stories of cold-blooded revenge and gripping plot twists, like this video and subscribe to the channel now. There are brand new unreleased stories here every day, each one more intense than the last. Cassandra's parents were the problem I should have seen coming. Her father, Warren Caldwell, ran a commercial real estate firm in Lake Oswego. Her mother, Judith, spent her time at charity galas and reminding everyone that Cassandra had married a mechanic. They'd made their disapproval clear from day one. The night of my diagnosis, they came to our house without calling first. I was lying on the couch, still processing everything, when I heard Warren's voice in the kitchen. "This changes your situation entirely," he was telling Cassandra. "You need to protect yourself financially. Cancer treatment is expensive, even with insurance." I stayed quiet, listening. "Dad, he just found out today," Cassandra said. "Can we not do this right now?" "That's exactly when you need to do this," Judith cut in. "Before things get complicated. You're on the deed to this house, but his business is entirely in his name. If something happens, you could end up with nothing. My lawyer can draft the paperwork," Warren continued. "Power of attorney, updated beneficiaries, transfer of business ownership, standard protective measures." I heard Cassandra sigh. "I don't know. Just think about it," Warren said. The next morning, Cassandra asked me to sign the power of attorney. She said it was so she could handle bills and insurance if I was too sick from treatment. It seemed reasonable, but something made me hesitate. "Let me read through it first," I said. Her face tightened. "You don't trust me? I just want to understand what I'm signing." She left the papers on the counter and went to work. I read every word. The document gave her complete authority over my finances, my business, and all medical decisions. It was far more extensive than necessary for managing household bills. I didn't sign it. That night, I found it in the trash. The surgery happened 2 weeks later. They removed a section of my colon and 14 lymph nodes. 8 were cancerous. Dr. Hammond said the chemotherapy needed to start within 3 weeks. I came home on March 4th, weak and in pain. Cassandra seemed attentive at first. She helped me to the bathroom, brought me food I couldn't eat, picked up my prescriptions. But her parents visited every single day. On March 9th, my business partner Luis Moreno called. Luis and I had been friends since high school and had built Foster's Automotive together, though the business was legally in my name alone. "Brian, Cassandra came by the shop yesterday," Luis said. "She was asking about the business value, the equipment assets, our client list. She had some guy with her taking photos. Said he was a business consultant named Scott Winters." I sat up in bed, ignoring the pain. Scott Winters. I looked him up. He brokers small business sales. I thanked Luis and hung up. Then I checked our bank accounts on my laptop. Our joint checking account at Wells Fargo normally had around $18,000. The balance showed $3,400. I pulled up the transaction history. Cassandra had transferred $14,600 to an account I didn't recognize on March 6th, 2 days after I came home from the hospital. The savings account we'd built over 9 years, another $52,000, had been emptied on March 7th. I sat there staring at the screen, My hands were shaking, but not from the surgery. That evening, Cassandra came home from her job at a dental office where she worked as an office manager. I was waiting in the living room. "Where's our money?" I asked. She set down her purse slowly. "What are you talking about?" "The bank accounts. You took $66,600. Her face didn't change. "I moved it for safekeeping. Your medical bills are going to be significant. I'm protecting our assets." "From who?" "From creditors. From the hospital. From financial ruin. My insurance covers most of it. And those are our joint accounts. You can't just take money without telling me." "I can when you're too sick to think straight," she said. "The medication is affecting your judgment." "My judgment is fine. We'll see," she said quietly and walked upstairs. The next morning, I called Thomas Whitaker, a lawyer I'd used for business contracts over the years. I explained everything: the power of attorney attempts, the empty bank accounts, the business broker at my shop. Thomas listened carefully. "Email me screenshots of the transfers. I need to see exactly what we're dealing with." 2 hours later, Thomas called back. "Brian, this is financial misconduct. She's moving marital assets without your knowledge or consent. In Oregon, that's a serious issue in divorce proceedings." "I haven't mentioned divorce." "You should, because that's where this is heading." Over the next week, I gathered evidence quietly. I got statements from Luis about Cassandra bringing the business broker to the shop. I documented every bank transfer. I even set up a small recording device in our living room, the kind you can buy legally at any electronics store. On March 18th, Warren and Judith came over again. I was supposedly resting upstairs, but I was listening to everything through the recording device. "The business is worth at least $680,000, Warren was saying. "The client contracts alone generate $340,000 annually. With the equipment and the property lease, we're looking at $750,000. "What about Brian?" Cassandra asked. "What about him?" Judith said. "He'll be too weak from chemo to fight. And even if he tries, you can claim you were protecting marital assets. No judge will blame a wife for being cautious during a medical crisis. Just get him to sign the power of attorney," Warren added. "Once you have that, everything else is simple." I saved that recording and sent it to Thomas immediately. The next day, Cassandra sent an email to her father with financial projections attached. She meant to send it from her personal email, but accidentally used our shared family account that I still had access to. The email read, "Dad, per your request, here's the breakdown. House equity $240,000, business value $680,000, joint accounts before I moved them $66,600. Total $986,600. If we can complete the business sale before the divorce is final, we can avoid splitting that asset." Thomas called me the moment I forwarded it to him. "She just confessed to intent to defraud in writing. Brian, we have everything we need." The chemotherapy started on March 21st. The first session left me so sick I couldn't stand. Cassandra drove me home and helped me into bed. Then she disappeared into the spare bedroom to make phone calls. On March 25th, Thomas filed for legal separation on my behalf. Oregon law allowed for immediate asset freezing if there was evidence of financial misconduct. We requested an emergency hearing. Cassandra was served with papers on March 27th at her office. She called me screaming, "How dare you do this while you're sick? You took our money while I was in the hospital." I said calmly, "You brought a business broker to my shop. You're trying to sell everything I built. My father will destroy you in court. Let him try." The emergency hearing was set for April 12th at Multnomah County Circuit Court. Thomas prepared carefully. He filed motions to freeze all accounts and prevent any sale or transfer of business assets. He had the bank records, the email confession, and the audio recording ready. "The recording is legal," Thomas explained. "Oregon is a one-party consent state. You can record conversations in your own home. And combined with that email, this case is airtight." The hearing arrived. I wore a suit that hung loose because I'd lost 19 pounds from chemotherapy. Cassandra sat with her parents and their attorney. a woman named Catherine Mills who charged $650 an hour. Judge Raymond Porter took the bench at 9 a.m. He was known for being thorough and fair, with 19 years of experience in family law. Mills stood up first. Your Honor, Mrs. Foster has been responsibly managing household finances while her husband undergoes cancer treatment. Mr. Foster is unfortunately experiencing anxiety and confusion due to his medication, leading to these unfounded accusations. Thomas stood up. Your Honor, Mrs. Foster has systematically stolen $66,600 from joint accounts, consulted with a business broker about selling her husband's business without his knowledge, and admitted in writing to planning asset fraud. This isn't anxiety. This is theft. Judge Porter looked at me. Mr. Foster, you're currently in cancer treatment? Yes, Your Honor. Stage 3 colon cancer. I'm 4 weeks into chemotherapy. And you're here in court instead of resting? Because if I rest, I'll have nothing left when I recover. The judge nodded. Continue, Mr. Whitaker. Thomas presented the bank records first, showing the transfers 2 days after my surgery. Then he showed emails between Cassandra and the business broker discussing sale timelines. Then he pulled up Cassandra's email on the courtroom screen. Her words appeared for everyone to see. If we can complete the business sale before the divorce is final, we can avoid splitting that asset. Judge Porter read it carefully. Mrs. Foster, did you send this email? Cassandra glanced at Mills. Your Honor, I was just exploring options. Options for defrauding your husband while he undergoes cancer treatment, the judge said. Mills tried to object, but Judge Porter held up his hand. Mr. Whitaker, do you have additional evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Thomas played the audio recording. The courtroom went completely silent as Warren Caldwell's voice filled the space. He'll be too weak from chemo to fight, and even if he tries, you can claim you were protecting marital assets. No judge will blame a wife for being cautious during a medical crisis. Then Judith's voice. What about him? He'll be too weak from chemo to fight. Then Warren again. Just get him to sign the power of attorney. Once you have that, everything else is simple. When it finished, nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Judge Porter set down his pen. He looked directly at Warren Caldwell. Mr. Caldwell, in 19 years on this bench, I have never heard a father instruct his daughter to exploit her husband's cancer diagnosis as a window for theft. You didn't just cross a legal line. You crossed a moral one I didn't know existed. Warren's face went white. The judge turned to Cassandra. Mrs. Foster, you sat at your husband's hospital bedside. Then you went home and drafted plans to steal his business. That is not asset protection. That is predatory conduct. The courtroom stayed silent. I'm ordering all transferred funds returned to joint accounts within 72 hours. All accounts are frozen immediately. No asset transfers, no business sales, no major purchases without court approval. Your Honor, Mills started. I'm not finished. Mr. and Mrs. Caldwell, you're ordered to appear at the next hearing to explain your involvement. Oregon law allows for third-party liability in cases of financial interference. I strongly suggest you consult your own attorney. Judge Porter looked at me. Mr. Foster, I'm granting you temporary exclusive use of the marital home and full control of your business operations. Mrs. Foster, you're prohibited from entering Foster's automotive or interfering with business operations. We'll reconvene in 30 days for full financial accounting. The gavel came down. In the hallway, Warren tried to approach me. Thomas stepped between us. My client has nothing to say to you. That night, Cassandra came to the house to get her things. I watched from the living room as she packed. I didn't mean for it to go this far, she said quietly. You meant every word. Your email made that clear. Brian, please. I want a divorce. She left without another word. The forensic accounting took 5 weeks. It revealed that Cassandra had transferred a total of $71,800 across 3 separate accounts. She'd also gotten pre-approval for a loan against the house without my knowledge. Thomas filed for divorce in May. The divorce was finalized in August 2024. Under Oregon law, marital assets still had to be divided, but the court took the misconduct into account. Cassandra was ordered to return all transferred funds and pay my legal fees of $23,000. I kept the house and the business. She received $35,000 as her share of marital assets, significantly less than half. Warren and Judith Caldwell were fined $12,000 by the court for their documented interference. The judge's written opinion used phrases like deliberate exploitation and financial conspiracy. I finished chemotherapy in September. By October, my scans showed no evidence of disease. The cancer was in remission. 3 weeks after the divorce was final, I got a call from Luis. "You need to see this," he said. Someone had posted the court documents on a local Facebook group for small business owners in Portland. The audio recording, the email confession, everything. It had 2,800 shares within 48 hours. Warren Caldwell's real estate firm lost 4 major clients within a month. 2 of them told reporters they couldn't do business with someone who'd scheme against a cancer patient. 1 client posted publicly that they'd moved their account after learning about the case. Cassandra's dental office quietly let her go in October. Her boss told a mutual friend it was about office reputation concerns. Apparently, 3 patients had specifically requested not to be scheduled with her after the story spread. I ran into Judith Caldwell at a grocery store in November. She saw me, turned around, and walked out of the store. She didn't buy anything. She just left. That's when I knew. Everyone in our community knew what they'd done. I didn't post those documents. I didn't need to. The truth has a way of traveling on its own. I sold the house in November for $498,000. Too many memories. I bought a smaller place in Selwood and focused on rebuilding. Foster's Automotive grew during my recovery. Luis and I added 2 new mechanics. By December, we'd increased revenue by 22%. Several new customers told us they'd heard about what happened and wanted to support the business. Cassandra moved to Seattle. Her relationship with her parents was destroyed after they blamed her for the court fines and the damage to their reputation. Last I heard, Warren's firm was still struggling to rebuild its client base. I learned something important through all of this. When people think you're weak, they show you who they really are. Cassandra and her family thought cancer made me helpless. They were wrong. Sometimes survival is the best revenge. Getting better, protecting what's yours, proving you're stronger than they believed, and watching them face exactly what they deserve. If you enjoyed this story, like this video and leave a comment telling me what you thought. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get alerts about new stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.